What's up, guys? Andy here. Hope everyone's having a great day. So, give you an update on what we've got here. Let me save this template because for my private group that I've got, I'm going to let these guys go back and have some homework here. So, that way they got homework going on. Excuse me. Clear this off. Boom. All right, so what I'm looking at was this daily. As you guys know, this was our big daily rejection we had up here that we took all the sells off of. Amazing, right? We also had some daily rejections down here as well that we took some sells off of, and it's been looking nice. So from the daily down to the 30, this is where we're at. We've got some nice dots here that gave us the structure on the way up. We wasn't too worried about it, falling back down. And obviously we can use these as zones. So yesterday we had, this one here from this area and this area, knowing that if we hit this, we bounce, we have our stop losses for these trades up in here, down in this area. So what we're looking for now is if price decides to come down tap right here, we'd say tap rejection, we react to that. If we see it tap into this and start falling into that area, and we're like, well, we could go down a little lower. For me to get into sells, because that's been the number one question I've had, Andy, you've been bullish for a few days now. Why? Well, because we rejected down here. So I'm not even looking for sells unless we were to break out of this box. Things are looking pretty good. We were taking these entries down here. We were, 1,300 pips from TP, and currently from where we're at right now, TP is only 414 pips, which is rather nice. So for additional entries, where are we at, Andy? What do we have for market open today? Well, for market open, if we look at the 1 minute, you see that we've had a lot of areas up here on the 1 minute where we've been just kind of bouncing around. Let's go the screen down just a bit. Now we can take that box. So basically looking like this. We've had a little bit of consolidation up here on that wick fill. And then same for the 1 minute on the bottom side of it. So you see down here too. So when you zoom out, we don't have anything up top. It's really nothing. You do have some scalp opportunities down here on the bottom. So what I'm looking for is a break of the top of this gray box. We'll give it 10 pips. I got 7 entries on US30, so I'm not going crazy with it today, guys. TP is too close to just start making dumb mistakes, right? So let's see here. Move this around. There's 3 pips. We'll do 10 pips above it. 7. So I'm okay with that. So I got my buy stop at 30,974. We'll condense some candles here. Look at that. So that's a big push through there. You do have on the 5 minute, like I said, scalp opportunities for you sellers. So I know we have sellers in the room. And then obviously your quick scalp opportunity would look something like this right here. So you close partials here and you close the trade out right here, unless you wanted to hold down to the bottom area. So it's kind of where we're at. And I've got a buy right here, so it's really close to have those buys, but we'll run with it. So go to the 30 minute here. Let's zoom out, look at it like that. I mean, you can see how close that TP is. Stupid close. So let's see what happens here. Let's see. I got Check out the chat. No, it's 9:30. They're tapping me in right there. Beautiful. Let's see what happens. Morning. Good morning. Dude, it'd be amazing to hit TP on this thing. We've had some good runs, so I want to keep the streak going. We'll see what happens. I know someone's going to ask, Andy, where's your stop loss for this trade? Don't have one, guys, because we've got positive equity. I don't look for this thing. We leave this on the daily. I don't look for this candle to bomb all the way down and close me out of these. So positive equity is in full effect, so I'm not too concerned with it. I mean, you can see positive equity right now is almost right at $250,000. If you guys remember, this was only like $56,000 a few weeks ago. So I mean, you can see the trades that we've got running. I got to open this up so we can get more trades on there. We've got a lot of positive equity trades, so not too worried about it at all. And that's the plus. That's the plus about how we trade with leaving runners and getting these positions and holding them. That's probably the biggest thing. I would say the biggest hurdle of most traders is they want to close those profits now. Let's close these profits now. Let's take advantage of this. And it's like, but are you going to make a withdrawal from your account? Well, not right now. I'm just closing the trade. Well, then hold it, and get some equity in there so you can go in and make some dumb trades or dumb moves if something arises, and not worry about it. So the yellow dots are part of a template that I use on Carbon Capital. If you go to carboncapitalfx.com, go to the back office, kind of like your back dashboard, and go to educational videos. Then you will see at the very bottom, say helpful videos. Scroll to the very bottom, and you'll see a place where you can download this template. If you're part of my private Discord, you get it as well. This is the template I've been using for 3 years. And those 0.35s are the line. Those 0.35s are 33,000, 32,000. So those, I mean, you're talking $63,000 on something that is extremely under leveraged. So, I mean, we're not far off from TP up there, guys, at all. I just need to see a nice little run. So that first entry that we got here, let's focus on that real quick. We are currently up now on that entry, 50 pips, looking good. For you 25 pippers, you're already got your 25 pips, you're out of this trade. For people that are holding, this would be a nice place. If you don't have positive equity in your trades, this would be a nice place to cut partials, cut half of your trade that you have, put the money in the bank, and then go ahead and protect this entry. Protect this entry at about, so if you're in this entry, I would protect really at the base of that candle right there, 30,009, we'll do something like this right here, 30,981 is where I'd add that protection. Are you hoping to see the gap fill today? Well, I'm hoping to see something happen today. The gap fill is the gap fill is something that I use as a reference point because these gaps are not always going to fill right away. So that's why during this whole gap fill, we've been taking we took a few sell positions and took a few sell scalps even on the way down here as we were adding these buy positions because we knew we're heading downward. We're not going upwards. And then as soon as we saw this bottom out, we're like, okay, we're no longer bearish on these moves, we're bullish. And that's what was kind of funny for me was during this whole fall, people were calling bullish. We have bullish momentum. It's going to retrace. It's like, guys, we're not retracing. Even down here, guys, it's going to retrace. What they failed to look at was when you look at this on this weekly, that's right there is why I wasn't worried about it. Because this area right here was a ton of rejection we had, and then it acted as support for the takeoff, right? So these two candles right here, when you look at that on that weekly, and you just did that right there, that's where we bounced. And that's exactly what I was looking for. So as soon as I saw that bounce, I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and let's go up. Let's fill this gap. Let's fill this candle. This weekly candle here needs to be filled because you can see, like, we got a weekly candle here, we filled it. Big weekly push, filled it right back down. Typically that's what happens in this market. So we got this weekly candle now. We just need to push up. We need to be our friend just for a little bit. Let's see. So, Capel, I answered you on how to get the yellow dot, buddy. Answered you about 5 minutes ago on that one. Not really 5 minutes, like 3 minutes ago. So Carbon Capital FX in the back office. and it'll be under helpful videos. Scroll to the very bottom. Or if you're part of my private Discord, you just download it directly from there. What's up, MJ? The fastest 100 I've ever made. Congrats. Yeah, not bad. I mean, using a 0.1 on this trade right here, I mean, yeah, this is extremely underleveraged at $10 per pip. I mean, essentially for what most people trade. I mean, we're already up, $758 on that one. So solid. And let's give a shout out to my dude right here, Mr. Chad Hicks. He says, daily goal net done for the day. Thank you, Andy. Thank you for being here, bro. Thank you for being here. Stop loss at 32,240. I'm not sure what stop loss you're going to have for 32 because that would mean that you're in sells and we're in buys. Do you think trend lines work 10%? I think trend lines is the only thing that matters. Trend lines and zones. What's up, Gabe? Let's see here. Yellow dots are exclusive to Carbon Capital. You must have MT5 account with them to get the dots. Yes. So you do have to have an MT5 by Carbon Capital. 30,240. So depends on what you're looking at. If we're looking at this on the 30-minute and you took this entry, you should be protected. You really shouldn't be running the stop loss unless you have positive equity. If you have positive equity, figure out where your positive equity is at and then where you want to run it. The next one on the 30 would be this 30,816. That right there would be your stop loss for the trade, for this trade here. Unless you don't have positive equity. If you don't have positive equity, you protect your entry right here at this 30,981 so you don't lose the trade. There's a lot of people that run stop losses. They're like, well, I'm willing to take that loss because it's going to, if it stops me out and goes back up. Well, what happens if this thing hits your stop loss right here and then drops 200 pips and then comes back up? Your entry is going to be the same entry for when it comes back up. You can use the same entry zone right there. Let's see here. Alex is 0.2% away. What up? That is awesome. I lost much equity on trendline breaks. Then it means that your trendline breaks were not right. It means your trendline break. So say you were taking a trendline break for a buy and it rejected and went the other way, then that trendline break was a rejection zone and you didn't react properly to the trend line. So that's the biggest thing that people mess up on. I've even been guilty of it. Is we look at trend lines as the holy grail, but we have to understand just because you have that trend line break doesn't mean that trend line break was just a retest itself for the rejection. And it can happen for sells and buys. So you have to look at, like, for example, when you have these dot to dots right here, if you wanted that quick little buy, that dot to dot was your break. Okay. So there's people that got in this trade and won this trade. But there will also be people that got in this trend line break that will lose this trade because they got their stop loss right here. And this thing comes down and goes bam and hits them because they didn't take partials and they didn't protect this entry. And then like here, that was a trend line break, right? Some people would look at that as a trend line break. I wouldn't. That's only one candle. But some people would look at that as a trend line break, take a sell right here, and then this thing shoots up. Not realizing that where this trend line is right here, this is on a rejection area. So you'd look at that, so okay, this needs to break at least 2 or 3 candles down for me to get into this trade. If it doesn't break 2 or 3 candles down below this, it's more than likely going to reject and go up. And that's how you'd look at things. Hey, Andy, good morning. Could you explain how you enter on a trend line bounce? For me to enter on a trend line bounce, the trend line needs to be happening in a zone through here. I won't just enter on a trend line rejection. Rejection for buys or sells need to happen in zones with a trend line present, kind of like this. You would want to see your trend line running through something like this right here, knowing that it's rejected all these times. And then you'd say that could be my bounce right there. Excuse me. The dogs are going crazy. So what we're doing, we've already got our entries, we've already got everything done, we've already acknowledged it. So I'm going to remove all this stuff now. So we have a blank chart, make the daily. You can see how pretty that is. So for you guys just joining, just watching, our first original entry was this one right here. This was the entry we took on the live stream. This entry up here was one that I already had. So again, if you guys were still holding for stop loss, remember you are 75 pips in profit. Please, please, please think about taking those partials and protecting. If you got knocked out right here, then you got knocked out. If you didn't get back in on any of these right here, then guess what? You got Monday. Andy, do you use the MT4 web or the app? Unfortunately, I tell people that, there's a lot of people that like using Macs for trading, which, I get it. I'm a big Mac guy at heart, but when it comes to trading, MetaTrader as a whole is designed on the Windows platform. Like, it's made for PCs. So if it's made for PCs, I like using PCs. Yes, Macs are cleaner, they look good, people are used to them. I've got iPhone. I'm a whole. Let me show you how big of an Apple guy I am, guys. Apple phone 1, Apple phone 2, Apple phone 3, Apple phone 4, Apple phone 5, and I still got 4 more of these in the bedroom. I'm a massive Apple dude. We've got 37 Apple devices in this house. Hold on one second, guys. So I've got 37 Apple devices in this house. We've got iMacs, we've got Studios, we've got MacBook Pros, all of them. But I don't use them for trading because that's not what the platform is built for. It'd be like going to the dealership with your Lambo or McLaren, whatever car you're driving that day, and say, what's the best wheel tire setup for my car performance-wise? And they're like, that one right there. And then, hold on a second, guys. All right, guys. Sorry. I'm having to yell at the kiddos for a bit. They're letting the dogs just run crazy, and they're on the other side of the house. So you go there, and they tell you the best wheel combo for performance. And you go, really don't like that wheel and tire combo because I think the other tires just look better. Like, well, those tires aren't made for the track. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I want those. Those just look better. But, sir, those tires aren't like made for the track. You can make them work for the track. If you heat them up a lot and you do this and you do that and you add this, then they'll be amazing. But it's going to take you a little bit of work. I want them anyway. That's what people do with trading. It's kind of like, yo, Andy. Let's see here. Hold on a second. Is anyone else having problems with my audio? So what ends up happening is people do that with trading. You got to get a Mac, you got to add this on this, you got to do this, you got to do that to make MT4 work. Instead of just buying a PC, you can open up the application and it works perfect. So PC all day. And it's probably because we've had internet issues all week and I've got a lot of stuff running. So, and StreamYard will only let me do 420, and streaming sucks on it. We're gonna have to upgrade it for sure. I'm gonna have to talk to Cam about it. Let's see here. How How much riskier are you using in this New York open positions, mate? Not much. I mean, I'm using $10 per pip, but I have 8 entries on US30 right now. The dot is part of the template that I use. What was it that made your trading level up? I mean, for example, close to break even depending on the setup, risk management, executive. For me to level up in trading, I mean, as you get more capital, you increase positions. That was really it. That was it. A lot of people think it's some kind of secret thing that happens in your life when you wake up one day and it's like, poof, you know, I'm now a super trader. It's like, no, you just, as your capital increases, because you stay true to your rules, you increase your lot sizes. And when you increase your lot sizes, you make more money. That's really it. But it was just increasing capital. And then as I increased capital, obviously you increase lot sizes. What's up, Christopher? You still want to use the trend lines with the dots? Yes, that's it. That's all I use. I got Jeremy on here. So Jeremy's part of my team, Mr. Jeremy Atkinson. So I appreciate you being here, bro. I'm not sure where the rest of my team is. They should be here. Hopefully they are. If the rest of my team is here, you guys throw me a chat. Throw something in the chat. We've got Giuseppe, we have Rudy, we have Cody, we got Noah. So hopefully we got you guys on here as well. There we go. We got Cody up here. Cody saying what's up. We got Jeremy up here saying what's up. Appreciate you guys. Got my dude Jason up here. Yeah, man, that heat is wild. Got Veronica. And we got everybody on here. Got Matthew. Got Matt. I love it. And when I say team, it's basically the moderators of the group. The moderators of the group. There we go. Got Lambo Rudy here. Jacqueline. Nexus. This is what I'm talking about. Michael. So you guys can see a lot of people that are in here is part of my private group. So we have basically the team of like the moderators within the Pip Connect, and then we have the team that makes up the Pip Connect, and those are who I've been sharing on here. We got my buddy Randy up in here. Randy was old school with me. He's been with me since the crypto days. I mean, look at this. Basically, right here, perfect. All Discord is here. Basically, my entire Discord is in here. Which broker is this? This is Carbon Capital FX, which you'll see in the top. Carbon Pro FX is the server that we're on. Here we go. I'm proud to have you too, bro. Any specific time that you trade? Mostly New York session, because that's when I like to trade live with everybody. So keep it pretty low key. Just you get that one session and be done with it. Any specific, yep. New York session mainly. Best broker ever, Carbon Capital. I'll take a picture of that one there. Dun, dun, dun. All right, I love it. There was a question in here I was going to read. Oh, here it is. Gabe said, how the 2-day online session go? Missed it, unfortunately. Do you record and sell those sessions? The two-day session went great. I do record them and give the members access that got it, but I don't sell the recordings because I feel like the 2-day classes, what makes them so unique is being able to answer questions, because every class is different. You have some classes where they're covering more like kind of everyone's seasoned, and they're covering more capital. How do we do this? How do we do that? At a higher tier level than an entry level. And then sometimes the 2-day classes are all entry. So it's just so different. I tell people, I was thinking about the other day, really being part of our private Discord every month is like being part of a class every day. Because anytime I go live, sometimes it's for 30 minutes, sometimes it's for 2.5, 3 hours. It turns into a class session where we're looking at pairs, we're looking at trendline breaks, we're looking at US30, we're going back and back testing, we're doing all these things. So it just allows people to be plugged in every day. So if you're part of the private Discord, jump on those morning Zooms if you can, and I mean, it turns into a class session. If you can't get on the morning Zoom, make a post in the support section and say, hey, team. When I say team, I'm talking about like the moderator group, the back end operation, and say, hey, can one of y'all host a Zoom to explain X, Y, and Z? And someone's going to do it, whether it's me, whether it's Cody, whether it's Rudy, Giuseppe, Jeremy Axon, any of us, we're going to get on there and we'll explain it to you. So it's almost like if you've got the private Discord, you almost have a class 3 days a week already, which is pretty cool. A lot of people don't look at it like that, but that's kind of how I view it. But it was great. So what is your take profit on US30? I'm letting this thing run right now because I want my TP to get hit way up there. That little guy right there. 31,368. That's what I want. Doesn't mean I'm going to get it. That's what I want. Bam. So Jackie says, I was thinking sell at 9 o'clock. What made you take buy? So Jackie, good question. I'm glad you asked this. A lot of people are afraid to ask questions if they're thinking something differently than what I have myself. But I like this because it's good for people to see. So what I was looking at was I went to the daily. We had this daily rejection zone down here, which if you went to the weekly was also a weekly rejection zone. So have this weekly rejection zone, we can see that we have been bullish pushing up these last few days. We still have this daily candle that we've been trading in as well as this daily candle. So when we put our little gray boxes on these daily candles, those are daily candles that typically come back and eat those positions up. And when I say eat those positions up, that means there are people that were in these trades for sells. The market does not want to give away a ton of money. Just like we saw here, all these buys that people were in thinking that we're going back to all-time highs. Look, they all got chewed up right there. So none of these people could hold profit. All those people got knocked out. Okay, it always happens in the market. Not always, but most of the time. All these people up here in buys, they're still sitting pretty, but they more than likely probably closed out when they were 431 pips away. When they looked at one point, they were 3,000 pips away. They saw that money disappear. Okay, mental game. So seeing that we've been from this candle here to today, which is 5 days, pushing bullish, I then go to the 30-minute. Take these boxes off here. When I take these boxes off and we go to the 30-minute, what do we have? Well, what we have on 30-minute is we've got this nice trend that's just running up. Okay, beautiful. So when the market opened, the candle that we're on right now is our market open candle. We've rejected a lot on the 30-minute. We rejected here, pushed up, came back down, started rejecting, pushed up, and started rejecting, pushing up. So when I saw that, I was like, man, that's going to be a beautiful just push up. We rejected a lot in this area. And we have a lot of support over here for the downside, right? Cool. So now we're going to go to the 1 minute. We'll go to the 1 minute. Look at all these dots. These dots are just, they're going to show you visually how many times it's tried to push through. And it's going to show you how many times it's tried to break through. The one thing we didn't have was a good trend line on the bottom for sells as far as when you had that, which looked decent, but you use that as rejection to push up, right? So we have these dots. I always say find your dots. We connect them. There's your 2 dots right there. They look like that. If we connect our bottom dots, let's say you find these 2 dots on your screen, you connect there, and then you get a nice little trend line, and you do this, and you connect the other dot, and you do that, and you connect this other dot, and you do this. I didn't have to do this because I can visually see it. What you see now is every time that you have this fan starts here, connects this dot. This is your bottom dot. So for us to get into sales, it needs to break this last one. In between this, you're building a channel. So you can see it came down, hit the channel, bounced back up, hit the trend line. Came back down, bounced to the channel, boom, boom. And when it finally got to that top one and broke, shot up massively. So when I'm looking at these dots, I'm basically building out these zones. I didn't have to have the fan. That's what I call this, basically the fan, because I saw this bottom zone and I could visually see this. If we were to put a pitch fan on it, it was the fib fan, and we see how it looks. I mean, look at that. That almost lines up perfectly with the fib fan. Even if we take it to the bottom side, it's not that far off. I mean, look at that. It's pretty dang close. So that's why I tell people the holy grail to trading is the dots. If you have the dots, you don't need anything else. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And once you master the dots, and you when you erase everything from your mind that you've been taught and you focus strictly on the dots, that's all you ever need. That's it. What's your Discord name? You know what? I'm going to drop. So this is the Discord that I'm about to drop on here is it's the free Discord, which basically gets you into the announcement channel. Okay. So the link that I'm dropping right now, that's the link right there, guys, to get to the announcement channel in the Discord. If you want to be part of the private Discord, you go to www.thepipconnect.com and click on private Discord, and then you can get access to the private Discord. Yo, Andy, I'm super excited to meet you. Nashville VIP, let's go. Nashville is going to be wild. I'm super excited about that trip. Super excited. So original entry, just to give you guys a quick update. We are currently 121 pips in profit. Again, guys, I cannot stress this enough. There will be people that will lose this trade because they're holding it for stop loss and will come back down and hit. Protect this entry, take out partials now. If you did it here, you got knocked out, cool. Don't worry about it. Do not FOMO. If you got back in it and you're in up here, cool. Protect, close partials. If you're like, but Andy, I'm doing what you're doing on your screen, please don't do that unless you've got this equity built up down here. When we started this Zoom, we were at $225,000. We're now at $245,000 of positive equity. Do not lose these trades because you don't have equity sitting there, okay? Yeah, I just went to verify on it. The one on Instagram that is me is real Andy Peters, and it'll be the one with the blue check mark. Do not follow if it is not blue. So Nashville is a 3-day class where we've got about 15 hours of education. It's going to be fun, a lot of fun. We're going to be doing, it's not just trading related either. We've got, foreign exchange market, crypto, stocks, basically what to do with your profits as far as taxes are concerned. We'll have tax professionals there that I use. They'll be going over, Forex profits, crypto profits, setting up businesses, things like that. We'll be going over entrepreneurship, which I think is really big because there's a lot of people that are in more of the trading side of it, not realizing that most all traders are involved in businesses as well. So they'll take their profits from here and put in this business over here. And then they'll open this business and they'll do this over here. Because you're always, the way trading works is if you stop trading, you stop making money. Okay. So what you want to do is trade, make money, build businesses that then are paying you, or real estate, something that's paying you when you're also not trading. Because as a trader, it's just like any other job. You love it at first. And then a few years into it, you're like, man, I get up every morning and sit in this chair. Now it's great because I'm making a lot of money. But sooner or later, also making a lot of money means you're going to lose a lot of money. Okay? I mean, that's part of the game. That's part of the game. When you lose money, you're going to win money. When you win money, you're going to lose money. So the reason it's so hard for many people to become full-time traders is because when they have those big losses, it gets in their head, and then they can't have those big wins. You'll see it. Think about it. Who has a friend that's over leveraged and almost blown an account or blown an account, and then they're skittish when they come back? We've seen it. I've seen I'm not going to say professional, but I've seen really good traders. They're dropping 15, 20 standards here, 10 standards here, 5 standards here, 2 or 3 standards here, because they have those big wins. But then when they have that big fat loss, their lot sizes go to like 0.5, 0.25, 0.15, because they get scared. And when you get scared, it's going to mess you up. Like when you get scared, it's going to ruin your life as far as trading. So when you're a trader and you take your profits and you build these other businesses that are paying you money, whether it be real estate or anything, guess what's happening? You're building income. That money's coming in, even if you're not trading. So if you decide to take 2 weeks off, guess what? You got 2 weeks off. You're still getting paid from your other jobs, I got to take this call. I'll be right back. That's the stuff that touches my heart, man. So that was my grandmother. If you guys follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you saw where I basically opened up my grandparents a bank account and gave them a debit card, put their name on it, and said, "Here, y'all took care of me so much during my life. It's time for y'all to live on my dime." So anytime she spends it, that's hard for me not to be emotional, but anytime she spends the money, she'll call me and just tell me thank you and that she loves me. So that was her calling me to let me know she just left the grocery store. She bought, a week's worth of groceries and that she used the card. And man, that's what I do this for. But yeah, that's the stuff that gets me, guys. All right, let's not get emotional on the Zoom. We've got money and pips to catch to where I can continue buying my grandmother's groceries. Man, I love it. All right, get back here. All right, so read the comments. Friday session with Andy, straight fire. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Our entry is now up 200 and 300 pips. I guess it could be worse. Awesome. I did have that trend line that would have confirmed the buy in the 1 minute, but got stuck in sell bias. I like to teach people, don't get stuck in the bias of sells because you think it's going to sell. It's the worst thing that we'll see is traders, especially when we listen to the market. We listen to the market, do opposite, especially when we listen to people. We're so dang close. Like if people are like, oh man, the market has to sell, the market has to sell, the market has to sell. It's like the market doesn't have to do anything. Do opposite. Because millions of people are not going to win today's trade unless they're on trading nut. But people are like, oh no, sell, the news is bad, the market's bad, this. It's like, do opposite. There's a reason there's 1% that's wealthy in America and 99% who's not. The 1% is willing to do the opposite of what the masses are doing. I've proved it in class after class after class after class. Always ask, who here thinks we're buying up today? You see all the hands. Who here thinks we're selling today? You see all the hands. Whichever hands are raised the most, I do the opposite. So if I'm in a class with 50 people and I've got 45 hands saying buy, I'm clicking sell. If I got 45 hands that say sell, I'm clicking buy. I don't even have to look at the chart. I do the opposite every time. Thank you, Gabe. Thank you, Andrew. Phantom Nexus is 25% up on his account. I love it. Smoking it out, guys. Let's see where we're at. When we started this live, we were at 225. See where we're at 262. The small lot positions we built are now at almost 80. That is 80K. That's 81K right now. Our 0.1 from this morning, just the 0.1 is at $3,000, guys. 3,000. Wow. And there's that TP, 31369. I mean, so close. That's within 65 pips of that TP. So what's going to happen? Let me tell you guys what's going to happen. I don't need that open right now. So when we look at the 30-minute, these are the last positions here. I'll do the same thing I did with my sell up here. See the sell I got protected at 0.25? Well, I'll do the same down here with this 0.35. Every position will get closed out except for this bottom one right here. I'll protect it right here, and then when TP hits, all these other ones will be closed out. I didn't say if, I was like when TP hits. I'm going to close all of these out right here, leave this as a runner, and then that way now I've got a massive sell space and a buy space. It takes a long time to get those spaces, but it's something I absolutely love because let me explain why. Where I'm at up here at the sell position and where I'll be in this buy position, that's separated by 2,942 pips. That allows me to trade within this range right here with half of the lot size of these. So to 0.25, I could trade at a 0.10 and a 0.15. And no matter what direction it goes, if it's a bad trade, I can literally make it up by closing a partial of that position or hedging against it. So once you've got a gap this big, you've got 3,000 pips of playground. At one point in time, I had a trade that was 72 pips of a playground. It makes trading that much easier, okay? It makes trading easy when you've got this massive hedged gap that you can trade in between. And if you have a $500 loss, you can close out one of these trades down here. So say you got 0.35 and you take a $500 loss up here, you can close out a 0.05 of this to make up for this loss, and you never hit your balance. You never messed up. Hold on one second, guys. I got to take this. All right, guys, we are back. We are back and in business. But for you guys on here, I mean, this is what we do every single day that we trade live. I'm not saying we don't lose, we've lost. I mean, I'll show you my losses. I have no problem showing you guys that. You know, if I look at my losses, I mean, there you go. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 8 losses. I've taken a fairly amount of good trades. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 10, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've taken 76 trades and I've lost 8. So I mean, there's losses there, guys. Like they're there, but you minimize your losses when you do your protection. So if we look at that and you look at how many times I've been knocked out, like if you look at my stop losses that are in profit, so we go here, all of these are stop losses. So all those reds are trades where I've been knocked out at break even, not making big money. But then we have these TPs in here. So again, I get knocked out a lot at break even. That's not the point. The point is you protect your capital. That's it. You let it run and have some fun with it. Yellow dots. If you're part of the private Discord, it's a template. If you're not part of the private Discord, you can get it on carboncapitalfx.com. It's under helpful videos. Scroll to the very bottom. Excuse me. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see something real quick. Yeah, so even on the dots here, on this 30-minute, look at this. I mean, it's perfect. Like, see? And then obviously when you get that bottom dot and you connect it like this, you know, the inner cells, it's got to break that. We bounce. Even if you entered in a buy here and it came down, it never broke that bottom trend line. When you get that other dot right there, you can throw it like that. It broke, never come to the bottom, and just bounce and went on up. So you kind of keep tabs on what's going on. But as I was saying, it's what we do. I'm not that guy to try to sell you on something that we're not doing. There's people. I do not use the inner and outer bands. I just use the dots themselves. But there's people that are on here that are in my private Discord, and they'll tell you, this is what we've done. We live by it, we go by it. I'm not marking this up on TradingView saying, this is the trade, guys. This is the best trade you can take. And then the next day the trade hits and I'm like, 400 pips profit, let's go. And then you message me and they're like, what's your trade look like? How many pips did you catch? I didn't take it. Well, I didn't feel like trading today. But you marked it up. Yeah, I just didn't feel like trading. It's called TradingView Traders. They're my most favorite. We take the trades. If we mark it up, we take the trade. But Andy, how do we know? Because I do it live. This is what I do every single day I trade. I'm trading live. I've been doing this for going on almost a full year of trading live on my account in front of people. Hell, that takes dedication alone. Just to show up every morning. Do you trade SMC? No. So do you only close positions if they hit your TP? I mean, no, there's times I close them out without a TP, but it just makes me feel better. You know, it makes me feel better knowing that this is my TP. This is where I feel it's going to go. These were my markups, and I hold myself to it. But I've closed outside TP before. Now, you know, this would have been a nice area to close outside TP for sure. I mean, think about it. I've been holding these trades. It's 43 pips from TP. My entry on the bottom side of this from TP from here to here. I mean, guys, you're talking about a 1,312 pip TP on one entry. When we start measuring these out, I mean, that's 84 pips. So you got, I mean, I'm just curious on how big this trade will be because I've not measured it out in a bit. So we got 84 plus 366 plus 401 plus 557 plus 687, and then we got 1232 and 136. So yeah, TP hits on this trade, it'll be 4,687 pips, not points. Yeah, Discord server invite. This is for the announcement section only. It's coming up right there. For the private Discord, you go to www.vpipconnect.com and click on private Discord. There's a gap right here too. That'll be that right there. Boom. So one thing I need to go ahead and do while I'm thinking about it is take all these trades, make sure I've got them all up here. That one up here. I'm going to cancel that one. Now, all my trades have TP except for that one. What am I down here that don't have? That's US30, and that's US30. That's my sell. Yep. All right, we're good then. Everything's got a little TP with it. Excuse me. How can I change my chart layout? Even if I zoom out, I can't see as many candles as you have on your screen. I have a very big screen. So I've got a 43-inch monitor that you guys are looking at. I stick to my analysis because I go back and I look at what I've done previously. Like, for example, I just showed you guys that I've taken almost 80 trades. I've lost 8 trades. So my losses are 10% of what I've traded. So when you go back and you analyze that, you're like, wow, my analysis has been pretty dang good. So, I mean, last year was even better than this year. For the whole entire year last year, I think I was at like 93.2, 93.3%. So when you see that, it gives you the mental confidence and even the mental capacity to say, I'm going to trust my analysis, because my analysis, 9 times out of 10, my analysis is right. And it's like this, between live Zooms and on my template markups, for the whole entire year this year so far, we've lost 5. I've lost more because there's been trades where I've actually said, don't take this trade. Like, no one take this trade. I'm taking this trade. But because I'm transparent with you guys, I don't want to take a trade I don't tell you about. Because what happens when I take that big trade, I can't come to the group and be like, yo, check this out, because I didn't tell it to you guys. How many traders do y'all see that will just take a screenshot of this massive trade, but then never go live to share it with you, never share the markup with you, nothing? It happens all the time. And I mean, they don't have to share it with you, but I want to. If I'm taking a setup that I think is going to be the next big setup I've seen that could actually change lives, I'm going to share that setup. I'm going to share my entry. I'm going to share it. Me showing you a screenshot of my entry and a screenshot of my profit does what? How am I helping anyone? I'm not. People, all I'm doing at that point is flexing on you to say, this is what I took. I wasn't confident enough to give it to you guys because I could have also lost. I risked large amounts of my account. I made the money. People say, well, I do it for motivation. There's no such thing. No one gets motivated off a screenshot and seeing how much money you made. There needs to be more to it. Now, you'll get motivated if you knew that markup was given to you. You'll get motivated if you knew that entry was given to you and you didn't take it and you saw the outcome. Now you're like, wow, this was in front of me. That's how much money he made. That will motivate you. But a screenshot of just entry, profit, and nothing else, you couldn't have followed along with it. Like, you could not have followed along with it. So like I said, I've had a few entries that I took where I tell people this is not a good entry. I'm taking it anyway because I want to stay true to my rules, and I took it and I lost the trade. But as far as live Zooms and live, trading sessions and templates, we've lost 5 this entire year. So I trust my analysis. So for you guys who are still in this trade, if you're holding it to my TP, please remember I'm holding this with TP, knowing that I've got positive equity. If this thing drops 1,000 pips, I still have positive equity. So please keep that in mind, okay? Keep that in mind. Where we are at from this morning is from here to here. This is 325 pips in profit. Close partials and protect your entry, okay? Please. Oh, hold up. Look at this, guys. We have the Trader Society podcast in here. It's Mr. Conrad. If you guys know, Trader Society podcast consists of Conrad, Grant, Derek, Anthony, Williams, the whole team. All right, so we're going to do something fun. I was actually talking with Derek about it, and me and Derek are going to do a live trading session here very soon for you guys. I think it'll be fun. People like Derek's, they love his personality. They love what he gives back. They just love how he views things. So I was talking to him about a week ago. I was like, yo, would you be up for a live trading session with me? He's like, let's do it. So me and Derek will be doing one soon, but we have Mr. Conrad in the house. So Conrad, it is a pleasure to have you here. If you've got any gems that you want to drop or anything like that, throw it in the chat and I will share it on the YouTube channel for everyone. Look right here. Bam. Let's make it happen. This is the stuff, guys, I live for. When you're able to trade with other traders, I think that was a big push for me when I was able to trade with Anthony Williams, because trading with him and us doing Zooms together, there were many times we would butt heads on a trade. He's like, bro, we're longing on this one, like there's no way we're shorting on this one, and we would end up both being right because he's looking at a long on a weekly zone. I'm looking at maybe a short on a 4 hour zone, and it helped everyone see that, like, wow, like two people can be right on different setups because of what they're looking at. And it also helped me see the bigger picture too. So being able to get on, it's gonna be fun. And I think a lot of traders should do it. We're not here to, because anytime when I said that, I told my channel, the Pip Connect, that we were gonna do some stuff with some live traders. Like I did some stuff with Raul, doing some stuff obviously with Derek. And they're like, man, aren't you afraid that, let's just, Andy, that doesn't make sense. Aren't you afraid they're going to steal your clients? Aren't they afraid you're going to steal? No. That's not what this is about, guys. There are so many people in this market. We're here to educate and to move. That's it. That's all we're going to do. And the more traders we have trading with each other, the more we educate people. And other people job with, like, some people relate to Anthony more than they relate to me. Some people relate to Derek more than they relate to Anthony. Some people relate to Q more than they do Andy. Some people relate to Andy more. Like, it's all in relations. We're just here to have fun. Do I risk 10% a day? Absolutely not. I risk anywhere from 2 to 3% per trade. Andy is a real one. Been following him for quite some time. Thank you, Trading. I greatly appreciate that, bro. Andy, how do you sign up for your daily analysis? www.thepipconnect.com. Thepipconnect.com under private Discord. If you're part of the free channel, which is the announcement channel, I do drop Zoom links in there every once in a while for people just to jump on and hang out with us. And I do trade live every Friday on the Trading Nuts live session that is streamed on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I've watched every podcast from the channel. Lots of good information on here. Highly recommend. You know what? While we're thinking about that, you guys be sure to like this video, subscribe to Trading Nut, turn on your notifications. If you go back and watch the Trading Nuts videos and you watch my videos that I've done with Trading Nut, it gives you a lot of insight as to how I trade, why I trade the way that I trade, the dots, like everything is there. Everything. Excuse me. So freaking close, man. 2 to 3% is what I risk per trade. So for example, if you're trading a $10,000 account, you're risking $200 to $300. If you're trading a $100,000 account, you're risking $2,000 to $3,000. I'll go live. I'm long on DAX up 640 pips. I trade similar to you. What's up, Graham? Dude, hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up on Instagram. Send me a message in all caps that says Trading Nut. Got my dude Eric here in the house. What's Eric have to say? Eric says, highly suggest everyone who isn't in Andy's private Discord to join. It's such an amazing community. So here's what happens whenever you do these live streams and you do these things. People are like, oh, you're trying to sell me something, or oh, you've got paid people. Like literally, I had people last week's session. You guys remember I banned them. They're like, oh, you've got a couple of paid people in here that are helping you scam people. So I want to have some fun because I don't know how many people are here. Within this YouTube channel, if you are part of the Pip Connect, all I need you to drop is an emoji. Drop an emoji if you're part of the Pip Connect. It can be anything. Just drop an emoji if you're part of the Pip Connect and you're on YouTube right now with us. I want to see this thing just going nuts. If it doesn't, I'm going to feel horrible. Excuse me. There they come. Now they're coming in. I love it. And I'm going to start sharing those in just 1 second here. I got to let them all flow in. So the Discord that we have to join is $2.99 a month. There is opportunities to get in for a lot less than that on a yearly basis. So what I'm doing, and I'll go ahead and announce it on this channel, as you guys know, I got the Dropout Kids, which is my NFT that allows you full access to all my classes. So all of my classes I do online, you have free access. All of the private Discords, you have access. Anything that I do in regards to the Discord, if you hold my NFT, you got access to all of it. I will be dropping another NFT drop in about another week and a half, 2 weeks. That gives you full access to the entire year, and it's going to be pretty cool. And it will be a lot cheaper than $2.99 a month. A lot. I want to say it comes out to be, and don't quote me on this because I've got to talk to my team and everybody that's doing it, but I think it comes out to be, let me see here. I think it comes out to be like $110, $112 a month, I think. All right, so let's just see how many people that are on this YouTube right now that are with my group. Got Graham, Eggsy, Matt, Chad, Cody, Kay, Eric, Mr. Connor Stone, Joshua Brewer, Chip, Ray, Randy Glass, Mel, Veronica, Ninja, Jacob, my buddy Matthew, Blacksmith Detailing, Jacqueline, Jonathan, Joseph, Adrian, Sean, Jason, Chizrizzo, Trader Society Podcast, Mr. Conrad's there, Neo, Michael, Phantom, Paramore. The NFT will be launched on Instagram, so be sure you got. I love this. I am a paid actor. I love it. I love it. Business Beyond, Jared. So I mean, as you guys can see, there are so many people on here. I'm not using a different mic. It's actually, you know what? It switched to my webcam. That's why.
Now we're cooking. That's probably 10 times better, I guarantee you. We've got Business, Jared, Rohandre. Like, as you guys can see, how many people, got Mr. Mad Monkey there. As you guys can see, how many people are on my private Discord that are also on this YouTube. The reason that, for me, it's so important for me to share that is there's too many people that just come on here that are trying to sell you something. And it's like, where's all your people at? And then no one's on the YouTube. As you can see, everyone that was every bit of 60 people that are on this live stream right now that are part of my Discord. If I was doing a Discord and I'm scamming people, or I'm telling this YouTube that I'm doing something that I'm not doing, those people are going to call me out in a live setting. All the people I just shared is going to call me out and be like, oh yeah, he says he trades live every day, guys. He does not trade every day. He does not trade every day. Or, guys, this is what we've done this year. We've had 5 losing trades all year. Someone's going to come in here and be like, yo, no, he didn't. Like, all those people that you just saw here are in the chat agreeing with what I'm telling everyone and have been since we've been doing this. And I've been doing this for Cam because Cam said, man, I want you on this YouTube channel. I want you to have some fun. I want to share my platform with you. Get on here and trade. And I was like, you know what? Let's do it. And here we are. Let me see what Lambo Reedy said. Lambo Reedy here just said, just closed all positions, left runners, a $1,900 day. Thank you, Andy, for everything. Bro, congrats. Everyone, look at this. Congrats. Boom. Pablo says, hit the like button and support. If you were a paid actor, drop that emoji. Man, you know how much it would cost? If people would pay if $50 a person and I paid 80 people to be here, man, that's $4,000. That'd be crazy. But again, guys, that's the reason that's why I like being transparent with everyone, showing people what we do, how we do it, why we do it, is because we're just some regular dudes out having fun. The regular females just having some fun. That's all we're doing. How much for your NFT? I want to say it comes out to be like $115 or $119 a month right now at the moment. With the price that everything's down, this NFT does not get you into retreats. I will tell you that it does not get you into retreats. It does get you everything on the Discord. I want to say, let me look here at my notes. I want to say it's like 50 or 55 sold, which is like $1,100, $1,200 for the whole year, I think. Let me read up here. We need to blow up the Discord today. We do. Bummed. Matt says, bummed I missed the move. Happy to see my friends winning. Matt, I'm bummed you missed the move with us, but guess what? There's always next week. Always. I like this one here. Adrian says, I've been in different Discords, and Andy is the only person to trade live during a Zoom call. He is the best. Yeah, I mean, why not? Why wouldn't I trade? Why wouldn't I trade live? Like, if I know, that's like me saying, guys, there's a gas station down the road. It's the winning lottery ticket. Okay, they've got the winning lottery ticket. Go there right now, and they've got it. And they've got 100 of them. Andy, you going to go get one? No, I don't feel like getting out of the house today. You would get up and go get the winning lottery ticket. So I've never understood that about traders that will post a chart markup that's amazing, that runs 4, 5, 6, 700 pips, but then they don't take the trades. Why wouldn't you take it? Did you not believe in your own analysis? Was it just to provide content? Like, that's what I tell traders. That's what makes people subscribe to your life. That's what makes people, when I say subscribe, I don't mean like subscribe as in pay, but like relate to you. When they see you're doing what you're saying, they relate to you. You're building a relationship with people. So when I look at trading and I look at the Pip Connect, I look at a relationship I have with friends. I look at a relationship that I have with my wife. You know, all these things is, if I'm going to tell my kids, or I'm going to tell my wife, or I'm going to tell a friend I'm going to do something, I have to do it. If I tell a friend 10 times I'm going to do something, and for 10 times I don't do it, they slowly lose faith in me. Same thing happens with traders. If you're going to trade, do it. Pull up your account, pull up your MT4, pull up your MT5, and freaking trade. Push a button. Like, people are following you and subscribing to your lifestyle because you're telling them, I make tons of money. This is how I learn. This is how I trade. But then they never see your MT4. They never see your MT5. It's time for transparency to hit within the market. It's time. And there are a few traders out there that do it, and I commend them, because we'll be the ones that change that move. I did the same things with cryptocurrency. I did the same things with the stock market. When I was trading stocks 14 plus years ago, I'm sharing that information. I'm doing it live. I'm not just talking about it and just showing a chart. No, I'm actually doing it with you. Let's see here. Bam. Down right here. Bam. This is a good one. What do you do with the profits you make trading? So I've got different percentages in which I'll pull out. Here lately, whatever my weekly closeout is, I'll pull out 12%. Of that 12%, I'll split it amongst cryptocurrency coins that I'm still, pretty bullish in for the long run. And that's just been my goal. And then at the end of the month, whatever I've made total of what's left after the 12%, I'll pull out 10%, and then that goes into my bank account. And that's on this account here, I've only made a $500 withdrawal. So I've not pulled out much of this one. I've got 4 other accounts though that I trade. How many trades do you call on a weekly basis on your Discord? It ranges. I try to trade Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And then obviously I'm here on Fridays. But there's times that, we may take a trade on New York session, and then we have another trade for London. We may take a New York and then midday see another setup. It's all over the place. And there's some weeks I don't trade at all. And if I don't trade, I don't trade live, I'll give out markups on what I think is going to happen within the market. How do we react to it? But yeah. Whoa, y'all got questions flying in everywhere. Just got here. If you made any trades in here this morning, would you go over it them, please? I'm going to answer some more questions, and this video will be live. So Douglas, you'll actually be able to go back to YouTube and watch it from the very, very beginning. You'll see the whole entire thing of my markup, how I analyzed it, and then how we handled the trade all the way through, which I think would be better than me going over something now and you seeing it happen live. So it will be on this channel. As soon as I end it, it's on YouTube. Hey, Andy, I'm trading with my dad. He has never seen MT5 platform before, and he is up 22. Look at this. This is awesome. He says, hey, Andy, I'm trading alongside my dad. He has never seen MT5 platform before, and he is up 2,200 in a couple of months. Thank you, sir. That is what is awesome, Jason. I remember you sharing the story about your dad, and it makes me smile. We got Mr. T. Bell in the house. I made $14,000 this morning on US30 trade. That's facts. We're just AI chatbots. That's hilarious. I want to join the Discord. Please put in the chat so I could copy it. It is just the pipconnect.com private Discord, thepipconnect.com. Click on private Discord. You're definitely one of the genuine traders on YouTube, which is why I'm here every Friday. I want to be joined. Yes, MJ, dude, you can join when you feel confident. Like when you feel confident, when you feel ready to join the Discord, you're more than welcome. But no, I'm here every Friday. Every Friday I'm here. So if you can't join the Discord or you're not ready for it yet, I'm here every Friday. You can come here and ask me questions every Friday. You can come in here and hang out every Friday. I'm just glad to see your name because I see it pop up here on Fridays, and I'm like, we got MJ in the house. So thanks for just being here, bro, for real. Because you being here and just supporting this YouTube stream is just as good as supporting the Discord because it shows me that people are interacting with this. It shows me they want to be on this, and it shows me they're getting something out of it. And that's what truly matters. Yes, this template is only available for MT5. Right there. Andrew Cole, 14K on the day and 36K profits on the week. Let's go, Pip Connect. Man, I truly, truly appreciate you guys. Transparency is gold. It is. It's something that lacks in today's society. Transparency is not there. Give you guys a prime example. Typically wouldn't talk about this, but we're just watching paint dry right now. I've got about probably 5 to 6 more minutes left in me, and then I do have to get off this live stream because I told the kids I was going to take them to the pool and let them swim around for a bit and hang out. But I do private mentorships and I do one-on-one mentorships. And I have to be right in my own head to do the mentorships. If I'm not right in my own head, I can't do it. Going through some tough stuff with my grandparents. My grandfather's not been doing well. He's been, in the hospital, in and out, came back home, now back in the hospital. He's got Alzheimer's really, really bad. And I mean, he's a father figure to me. Him and my dad are the two most important men in my life. And, he'll be 90 in January, and seeing the road he's going down, and I can't help him. Like I live my dream every single day. I wake up and live my dream. I've got a beautiful wife, 3 amazing kids. I get to do almost absolutely anything that I want to with my family. My wife and I can stay up late and watch movies. We can go on date nights. We can cruise around in cars. We can lay in bed, cuddle, watch TV. We can take the kids and do anything we want to with them. Like we got a lake house just a couple of weeks ago we fished on the dock, hung out, watched scary movies just an amazing time. But I'm living my nightmare when it comes to my grandfather. So my head's not right in that space. So I told, obviously, everyone there, and was like, guys, look, part of my mentorships, I was like, I've got to postpone mentorships. About a week and a half. My head's not in the right space. I can't mentor you guys if my head is not in the right space. I can't. And they were like, man, we support you. Like, take your time off. If you need more than a week and a half, take it off. I did that because I could jump on a Zoom with these guys and listen to them. I could jump on the Zoom and take notes with them. But my head, for mentoring them, for actually helping them get to where they want to be, I wouldn't be doing it. I would strictly be there to fill the mentorship void and then walk away. That's it. So because of that, I took that time. That's the type of transparency that people want. I even told him, I was like, this could backfire on me. If people don't understand this, they could get upset at me. They could get mad at me. So I'm going to throw it out there and see what happens. Which I didn't think that'd be the case, but it can always happen because when you're doing these big groups and mentorships and classes and stuff, you don't know who you're going to have in there. I've done classes where people have gotten mad because I'm like, it's a 2-hour class and we end the class at like 1 hour and 52 minutes. And they're like, I still paid you for 8 more minutes of your time. It's like, that was just the time I had allotted. It doesn't mean it was going to be exactly 2 hours, So, transparency rules everything. And I think in this trading environment, the more transparent we are, it just helps. So I did want to share that with you guys because I think it's important that, everyone knows that there's times I have my weaknesses and that I can't focus, that I'm mentally not there, that I'm checked out. This template is on Carbon Capital FX or is on my my private Discord channel. And for all you guys sending the messages, thank you so much for that as well. Who are the people you look up to in trading? For sure, my buddy Jeff and Brad, they're the ones that taught me how to trade the way I trade with the dots and the system that they helped build. Obviously, Q, if it wasn't for Q, I wouldn't be trading because I found Q because of Forex. And that kind of led me down the path just to study to see what Forex was. Anthony Williams for taking the time to sit with me and show me higher time frame trades and then trading with a naked chart. Obviously, I still use the dots. I implemented the dots into the naked chart trading. So shout out to him. And then I look up to just people in general, like the traders that just have a heart that want to trade with people. You've got tons. You've got your Dereks, your Drews, your Raouls. All those people that are out here having fun. I respect all of them for different reasons. I've always respected Raul for being young, a go-getter, and he likes to have fun, live life, and he loves cars. I respect that. Every trader that I look up to in some sense of fashion, they have something that's like, I respect them for that. I respect them for that. There's some traders that I don't even care about their trading. I respect them for who they are as an individual and the life that they live. So, Graham, yes, I would love to connect with you on that. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. And thank you for that, Chad. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Gabe. Jonathan, thank you very, very much. Ryan Gilpin, Q Banks, Drew, FIP, all of them, they're all, they all hold a place in my trading life for sure. DC, I don't have a course. I basically just like to say, if you're part of the private Discord, you have a course anytime we trade live. So it'll be just carboncapitalfx.com. Log into, create an account or log into it, scroll down to the bottom to helpful videos. Helpful videos will be on your left-hand side. Scroll all the way down on that. And then you'll see all the templates. They've got EAs that will where you can actually set up the EA to trade for you. So you can build your own EA off trendline breaks and stuff like that, which is pretty wild. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let's see here. Andy, one more week in my top tier challenge. I'll be joining you in the Pip Connect to get that final push. That's my man right there, Mr. Conrad. We're going to have a blast, bro. We're going to have a blast. Never dealt with Forex. Does the chart price look the same as the future chart of ZB? It's similar. Future is going to run a little bit different as far as price, current price, but structure is very, very similar. This is a good one. What advice do you have for new traders? Don't take trading serious. Take your analysis, take your schedule, your routines, your capital, take all that stuff serious, but don't take your trading serious. You don't have to have, you start talking to these people and they got to have 7 confluence of events and they start using all these big words. And, when I say big words, I'm talking about like MACDs and RSIs and, Fibonacci's and just all this stuff that really doesn't matter. Price moves up and moves down. If you have a trend line or a zone line on your screen and it breaks, guess what? You take the trade, you react to it. There's there's really, if you dumb it down, you're going to do better. Simple as that. You dumb it down, you're going to do better. It's less stress for you. It's less analyzing. You just draw a freaking line and you're done with it. That's it. So don't take trading serious. Take everything else that involves around trading serious. Take your capital serious. So don't over leverage. Take your time serious. If you're going to trade, be consistent with it. Pick a time, sit at the computer, sit in your environment, trade. Be consistent with your analysis. There's so many people that jump around from, I'm going to trade this style, I'm going to trade that style, I'm going to trade this style. If they do that for 5 years, they never make any money. So just don't take it serious. I mean, God, you want me to tell you how serious I take this? There'll be people that'll jump on, these live Zooms and all that to make sure that their hair's done right. They got their makeup on right. If they're female traders, they're wearing the best clothes, their jewelry. They got their beard ready. Well, because they're trying to, bro. I just woke up. I rolled out of bed in there. I still have on my pajamas. I did brush my teeth, but I'm just here. I take being on this Zoom serious, but outside of that, I'm just here to chill and have fun with you guys. So don't take it serious. Have fun with it. Show me how serious I'll take it. I'll chug this bottle of whiskey right here. It's only 10:47 in the morning. Let's go. I'm just kidding. I really didn't. It's too early. All right, let's see what we got here. Last question. What do you think about the candlestick trading Bible? I think it's pretty good. I've heard good things about it. I've never personally read it, but I've heard good things about it. Andy, I'm praying for your favor for your granddaddy, man. Love from Louisville. Man, thank you very much, bro. I greatly appreciate that. All prayers are always welcome. Ever what happened to Daniel Savage? Instagram just getting hacked and getting closed down on him. So he has moved to TikTok, but Daniel's still around. He's just on TikTok. Before the Iron Age, people just walk around and increase clothes probably. How do you install the dot? Just made an account with Carbon. Go to helpful videos and scroll down to the very bottom and you'll see everything on the templates, how to install them, you name it. Joanne, you have the best hairline in the industry. Yes, sir. Got that clean dome. The Spindrift waters. Yes, the Spindrift waters are the best. I got to go get me a case of them today. I'm completely out of both types. All right. Well, guys, as always, I appreciate y'all being here. I'm going to give it about 2 more minutes, 10:50. I'll be calling this thing quits. I'm supposed to take the kids to the pool at 10:30, so I'm running just a little bit late. Want to get them there before it gets super, super crowded, and we'll be good to go. Man, it's funny. I still have a lot of hair on the side of my head right here. This dome right here is just smooth. It's really patchy. What's your website? My website is thepipconnect.com. I was really hoping for TP while I was on this live channel. It's just chilling. Thanks, Andy. Very interesting session. Thank you very much for being here. We have a lot of fun. Business beyond. God bless your grandfather. I lost my wife from COVID, as I said last week. I remember you telling me that. It hit hard. And that's something that I like to explain to people. Life's too short, man. And we're never promised tomorrow. We're not even promised tonight. And that's why I say just live. Abram says, I've been trading for nearly 3 years now. This year I started seeing progress by working on daily percentage that helped me a lot. It does. A lot of people like to look at this overall number thing. It's like, just look at percentages. If you can make 1% a day and you can be consistent with that, just say 4 days a week, that's 16% a month. In a year's time, that's a lot. You've doubled an account plus half some. And since you're increasing your capital, you've almost 3x'd your account by the time you get to the end of the year. Any thoughts on BTC? You know what? I've not even looked at it since like Wednesday of this week. There it is. So this was my bounce on my channel right here, saying head upwards. So we did bounce. I would look for a break of this channel, which is just a dot to dot right here, dot to dot. And then we got this zone right here at the 25,000. So basically anything above $26,000, we should start moving good on. If we break this bottom channel, fallout's not good. We break the bottom channel, then I mean, next level of support's going to be in that $12,000-$13,000 range. So got to keep our eyes peeled on that. It is. Look at that. It's teasing with me now. 33 pips. I can catch a 4,000 pip run, but can't get 33 pips. Raj and Savage talk about each other. If you keep it real, guy, dig through everything in this Forex game to find the gem of people. I mean, here's the thing. When you start adding money to an equation and you start adding, who's the best, who's the GOAT, who's the best trader there is. I mean, I'll be honest, no one is. None of the guys you guys are following on Instagram are the GOATs. None. They may be the GOATs in that realm. Like you may say, okay, you're the GOAT of an account on a specific broker. You may be the GOAT of, US30 in Instagram traders. The GOATs are the dudes that are out here on Wall Street trading billions of dollars, that are living in $25 million houses, $100 million houses, who have $50, $60 million worth of cars. Those are your GOATs. Like when I was at the FX Summit, I had a line of about 20, 30 people. They were sitting there listening to me talk. And one of the guys says, man, how's it feel being a celebrity? I'm like, I'm not a celebrity. No one in this building is a celebrity. No one. And they're like, yeah, bro, there's celebrities in this building. I'm like, no one in this building's a celebrity. I've hung out with celebrities. I know what they are. Like a celebrity is someone that can't walk in a mall without shutting it down. A celebrity is someone that when they held, like my dude, Kane Brown. Kane Brown is a celebrity. He's a normal dude from here. Known him when he was no one. He's a celebrity now. How do I know? Because when he comes into town, it takes about 30 to 40 police officers to barricade an area. He sells out 6 figures worth of capacity shows. He can't walk down the street without having thousands of people bombard him. That's called a celebrity. I was like, guys, we're not celebrities. We're at the FX Summit. We are known in the foreign exchange community, and we're known outside that community for other things we do, but we're not shutting down a mall. We're not doing that stuff. We're normal people. And you just kind of saw it get quiet. And they're like, yeah, but y'all the GOATs. I'm like, there's no one that's a GOAT, guys. No one. Like the GOAT. We're not GOATs. GOATs are the people that are living in the houses. They're like $100 million. GOATs are the ones that have the $50 million jets. GOATs are the ones that have to have a full-blown account team just to keep up with their millions of dollars that's everywhere, that has millions of dollars of cars, that are also retired from their work, doing things with their family that's unimagined. Those are the GOATs. And you just saw the room get quiet. They're like, so Andy, when are you going to be a GOAT? I was like, never. I'll never be a GOAT. I will never be the greatest of all time. The greatest of all time is like, you're doing big. I'm never going to have $100 million house. I'm never going to have a $50 million house. To me, I think that's ludicrous anyway, but I'll never have that. That's not me. So I think it's important for us to realize that when we're looking at, the industry, and that's where and again, going back to it, we went down a rabbit hole, but that's where these heads butt, because they're like, I make more money than you. My car's better than you. This is better than yours. Well, you've got a 2016 model. I've got a 2018 model. Well, mine's a 2022, spec'd out to this, and yours is only a 2021. Like, who cares? I was watching some guys argue a while back. Me and my wife, we were in Atlanta, and they're sitting here arguing back and forth over their car. over which one's better and which one costs more. He's like, well, mine cost more than yours because I added this, this, and this. He's like, what? And I'm just sitting there listening to this, and it's like, hey, guys, but your car didn't cost as much as a Bugatti, and there's someone with a Bugatti. So why are y'all even arguing over this? It doesn't matter. No one cares. So in this trading community, you do get people whose, egos get on the line. They want to be looked at as the best. They want to be looked at as having the nicest. And that ego, sometimes if someone else butts with it, it causes a disagreement. That's why I don't care. It's like, it doesn't matter to me. It does not matter to me one bit. I'm here to have fun. I don't care to argue with anyone over what I got. I'll drive my little Lexus IS 300 on some days and absolutely love it because I can just blend in. And sometimes it's nice just to blend in. It's easy. Sometimes it's nice to get gas and not even have to talk to people. It's chill. So, because I get asked a lot, they're like, Andy, what's a trader you have beef with? I was like, none. I don't have beef with any traders because I don't care what they do. What they do in their own life is their own life. Like what they do in their own life that's their thing. I don't care what they do. Well, I mean, like surely there's someone you don't like how they promote themselves. I don't like scammers. So if someone's a scammer, I'm not going to like them. But outside of that, like, I don't care what happens. I don't care what they do. As long as they are good people and they're not scamming people and they're not beating their wives and they're a good parent, then I ride with that. I like that. They're good people. That's it. So, and it's just hard for some people to get that. Some people just don't. They think that, if you don't have the best of the best, the most expensive this, then you're not doing well. It's like, guys, the richest people in this world, you would never know they had money unless you're just told about it. So, like I said, sometimes I like to blend in. I'm about to blend in with this TP. That's what I'm about to do. You gotta be kidding me. My wife's laying in that bed right now like, are you going to come back to the bedroom? It's time for us to watch our morning TV show. And I'm like, nope, I'll be there in a little bit. I told her that at like 10:15 because I want this TP to hit in front of everyone. I'm 16 pips away. Dear Jesus. This is, it's just dots. So it shows swing high points and swing low points. And it's something that Carbon Capital uses and designs, and they give it out for free as long as you're obviously trading on their broker. So that's what I use. I worked a bank when this couple had $3 million in their account, and you would never know if they dress regular. Thank you. You know what? Always raised. You said something here that I do want to say, because Jason QB Stu, that you guys know, me and him were on a podcast. Well, podcast / Zoom, and I was asked who I thought the GOAT was, and I was like, no one. No one in this industry is the GOAT, in my opinion, because there are people that trade on a larger scale at the bank industry level that makes billions of dollars that we will never touch, ever. I was like, to me, that's the GOATs, because I look at the big picture. It's like saying, who is the GOAT of basketball? It's debatable because everyone has opinions, but for me, it's who has scored the most, who has the most points, and who's won the most championships. All that has to be factored. If you got someone that scored more than this person, but this person won more championships, this could have been a team deal. This could have been a point deal. So, everyone has their opinions on who the GOAT is. And QB Stu did say something that did stand out, and I agree with him to it. He said, we're all GOATs in our own right. He said, because as long as you're doing the best in your life that you can physically possibly do, and you are leveling up for your family, and you're doing things for your kids as a father, you're doing things for those in need as a person, you're doing things for those in need as your family, then you are the greatest of all time in your own being for what you've done. And when he said that, I was like, dang. Yeah, you can be the GOAT in that aspect all day, the greatest of all time. But I just tell people, I just want to be good. I just want to be a good dude. I want to motivate, I want to inspire, and I want to see people live a good life. Like that's it. And there was, this right here, I like this. So Lena, what you said here about working at the bank and seeing those, I'm right there with you. We were at a soccer game Wednesday, and I drove the McLaren there. And it was parked obviously up front because we got there early. And we get there early, we get in our booth, we get ready. Well, not our booth, my buddy Matt's booth. I say our booth because the family was there, but it's Matt Gann's booth and his business partners. So we're there with him and we're hanging out. And as I'm walking out after the game, you know, there's people out saying about the car and also, and they're all trying to guess who drove it. And I walk up, and I mean, they're like, man, I can't wait to see who drives. I was like, yeah, me either, guys. Like, I can't wait either. You know, and then finally, when I unlocked the door, they're like, bro, this the car you drove it? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, holy cow. So I sat there and we talked for everyone for like 45 minutes. Kids got in, kids took pictures. They thought it was the best thing ever. Afterwards, the security guard comes up to me. I mean, he's a police officer here in town, but he works security there. He come up to me and he said, man, he's like, the car is impressive. He said, I've seen fancy cars before. He said, what I think is the most impressive, he said, being in the line of work I'm in, he said, I've done private security. I've done a lot of events. I've pulled over a lot of these people. I've interacted with them. He's like, I've been hired to watch their cars when they go to the mall shopping, all this stuff. He's like, what I like the most was you sit here and you talk to these people. You let kids get in and out of the car, take pictures. You cranked it for them. You let them give it gas. You let them pretend like they were driving it. He said, and not once would I have ever thought looking at you, that would have been your car. And then seeing how you acted with those people. Like, he's like, I've never seen it before. And I said, because I'm a normal dude who got lucky. I got lucky with a brain to do something different than most. And I just started chasing dreams when I was young. And he was like, well, it's impressive and stuff like that doesn't go unnoticed. That's what I tell everyone else. Like, you don't have to worry about the ego of who has the best this, biggest this, whatever, biggest bank account, biggest trading account. It doesn't matter. I'd be more impressed watching someone trade $1,000 account pennies on Forex pairs who's having fun with it, laughing, cutting up, and interacting with the people that they love. Like, that's it. So that's where we got to get. Insecurity shows up in all kinds of ways. You never have to announce to the public that you are successful. Success is the best response all day. That's what I tell people all the time. Like, Andy, you should do more on social media. You should talk more about the money side of it. You should, I don't have to, guys. I don't have to. Well, how are people ever going to know you're successful? My neighbors know I'm successful, and I've never told them what I've done or how much money I make or anything, not even by the cars. You know what gets them? When we first moved in, we were here for about 3 weeks. And a few of my neighbors come by and said, we just got a question. Like, do you have a job where you work from home? Or we notice you're always with the kids. Your kids don't go to school. They don't get on the school bus. I was like, well, kids are homeschooled, and me and Hannah both are stay-at-home parents. That was all I had to say. It wasn't the cars. It wasn't how much money was in a bank account. It was the fact we're stay-at-home parents. Our kids are homeschooled, and we're getting to hang out with them every day. That's the flex. See, we look at Forex traders, crypto traders, stock traders. We look at all of these traders as, man, they've got this, they've got that, they've got this car, they've got that car, they got this house. But the true testimony is, are they living life? If you're still waking up every day and you're going to an office and you're working for 8 hours, then that's 8 hours you're not spending with your wife and kids. That's 8 extra hours that you're not living your life. What are you doing? You're still working. So the true flex in this culture isn't the cars. It's not the houses. It's how many are actually living the trader life of being able to get on a laptop or a computer, trade for a few minutes, close it, and then go live. Or how many are having to trade to then go work at a business here, to then go run this, to then go over here and do this, to then do that, to edit this, to go here, to do this event. Like, it becomes work. So I tell people, when I host events and I'm doing these things, I'm working. When I'm on this Zoom that I got on today at 9:15, now we've been on here for an hour and 40 minutes. I have had to work today an hour and 40 minutes because I'm taking time away from my family. I'm taking time away from my kids to be here. It's work. So to me, that's the flex. Can you explain your strategy? All day. I draw lines on these little dots right here, like this. And when price breaks it, I push buy. And then you can draw lines like this on these dots. And when price breaks that, I click sell. That's it. Actually, Preston, this whole video will be up and you can go back and watch exactly how I trade, but it's strictly only lines and zone breaks, the whole thing. Amazing patience. Most would have closed. I won't close. I mean, it is 7 pips away from my freaking TP that I've been holding on this daily right here. I was in trades down here too, and I've been holding this thing all the way up. I mean, guys, look at my trade history. I mean, I've been holding, adding, stacking, stacked all the way down. Like this thing's been going wild. And it's literally right there. Let's see. As long as we're all winning, who cares? Exactly. Truth. Teach your children now money management. I preach this in my home. Yep, all day. I say it all the time. That's exactly why I started this and put in the hours for the time with my kids and family. Time is the flex. It's worth more than money. Exactly. There's not a single car, house, a pair of shoes, a watch, or anything that is worth more than time. None. And people will argue that all day. They're like, bro, I mean, you know how much that Lambo was? That Lambo is like $1 million Lambo. Or you know how much that Bugatti was? It's like, that's cool. That's cool. He's got a $2 million car. He spent 15 hours with his kids this month. And that doesn't impress me. I'm impressed by a dad who drives an old beat up pickup truck, who scales down his life, who's wearing the same t-shirt that he's probably worn for t-shirts that he's worn for probably the last 2 years, wearing the same pair of tennis shoes. But you know what? His kids have on a new pair of shoes that are comfortable. His kids never miss a meal, and his kid gets to say, that's my dad. That's my daddy. My daddy plays with me. My daddy cares with me. My daddy will always do this. That to me is more impressive. There's kids that don't even know their parents. That's not impressive to me. There's kids whose parents have fancy stuff and the kids don't even know them. Nah, that's not impressive to me. That's sad. You got a big house, fancy cars, and lots of money in the bank, and you can't tell me your kid's most favorite TV show or your kid's most favorite songs or your kid's most favorite place to eat, and you actually have been there and spent that time with them. Not impressive. I can get in a car with any of my kids, and I've got a playlist just for them that I've built with all their songs. Each kid has their own playlist. I know what they like. I know what they want to order when we go to the coffee shop. I know what they want to eat when we go out. Like today, I know what the kids are going to want to do. When we leave here, we're going to the pool. We're going to hang out. We're going to get them some waters, hang out. They'll want to take some bananas to the pool. When we leave the pool, they're going to want to run through Chick-fil-A, get some chicken. They're going to want to come home, take showers, jump on the couch, cool off for a bit. They're going to watch a series of Harry Potter. When we get done with that, we're going to let them pick something that they want to eat at, yada, 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 go feed the horses. Like, I know this stuff because I'm here every day for it. Being home with family is what I want most. I'm usually on the Zoom calls on a construction side, and I get in trouble, but it'll be worth it one day. Adrian, that's amazing, man. You're working construction at your job, and you're still on the Zoom watching. Just don't get in trouble. But I respect that. That's huge. I really do. Your children are lucky to have a father like you. This is everything. Actually, living life, sir. Big ups to you and your wife. Thank you. I think, is it Lina? I greatly appreciate that. It's something I've lived by forever. You have to. This is something I'm not about to live by. Freaking 4 to 6 pips. Just I know why I didn't do it. I didn't draw the line. There we go. I have to draw the lines on here like this, like that. You know what will make this thing hit TP? If I put a sell limit right here. If I put a sell limit right there, it'll hit it and then just keep going up. Watch. No, I'm just kidding. You're an example of what can be done in success. Need to have your patience. It takes patience. Everything is patience when it comes to trading. And you see it reversing after TP. I don't see it reversing after TP right away. We'll get into trading here just for a second. So you go ahead and remove all these lines. So you can't make that up. Look at that. It's almost the wick on the daily is on my TP. We've got on the daily, we have kind of where we had this set up like that. That's almost where it went to on the bottom, like right here on that line. So what I'm looking for, kind of put there. If we always ignore these flat rejection patterns and just go straight with the candles, you got a little bit here. A nice push to this trend line right here, and then maybe play off this and consolidate a little bit. Excuse me, and then down would be what I expect. I don't expect a smack and then just an all-out fall. Smack, go up a little bit, consolidate, then fall is what I'm looking for. So we'll see what happens. There's Hannah messaging me right now. She just sent me a selfie. She's really trying to get me back in there. Not today, sweetie. We have TP. US30 wants to fill the gap on the 4 hour. Yep. Yeah, if you look at that one, I don't like this gap right here. I don't like how that's played out, but it's right there at that touch. 4 hours. That's just if we zoom out, look at that. That's a tap. Do you only take trades of small time frames? No, I'm a daily trader, but because I trade live with the group, I take them on the 1 minute because we're trading live. But at heart, I'm a daily trader. So I've grown up around trading my whole entire life, but I didn't really start taking trading serious till about I'm on my 14th year right now. That's when I started taking it serious, roughly 14 years ago. I'm 40 years old now, so that had been 26 years old. So I was old. So basically, I started trading where some of these guys already are at their age, like, Anthony Williams being 26, a few others that are 24, 25. That's really when I started trading. But that was 14 years ago. So, I think at that time, Anthony's 26 now, right? I think. So that had made him what, 16, 12 years old? That tells my age. Raul was what, 22? I think 21, 22. So he was like 7 years old when I started trading. I'm old, guys. I'm old. All right, 11:15, I'm off. I've got to. I'm going to have pissed off kids and pissed off wife. Not really. They won't be pissed off, but 11:15, calling it quits. I wanted to hit this with you guys on here because we always hit TPs normally on these live sessions. And I got one more candle. And the moment I end this session is going to smack it. One more candle. Dear Jesus. But plus side, I did want to do that. Our entry that we had this morning, which is this one right here, you're currently up. Just so you guys know, so you can go, brag to Instagram or brag to your friends. Currently up 351 pips. At a peak was 386 pips. So not too shabby. This is the last candle we got. Amazing day trading with you guys. Amazing day. So glad for y'all being here with me and us having some fun. Excuse me. Thank you. Y'all have an awesome day as well. Let this candle in, and then we're closing it, guys. Yeah, I fixed my contacts too. They're dry this morning. Thank you. when are you coming on next? Next Friday. If you're part of my private Discord, I'll be on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'll be back here on next Friday. So y'all have an amazing day. Thanks for being part of this live session. And just remember, keep your eyes on this zone right here. So basically from here to here. You guys watching, that is 31365 to 31371. Watch that zone and we'll see what happens. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you soon. Dots are on Carbon Capital. Go to carboncapitalfx.com and then click log in, register for an account. Go into the dashboard, go to helpful videos, and scroll all the way down to the bottom. They'll be down there. Y'all be good.